Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our special edition of the Morning Kickstart. We have a famous person back with us that we know and love dearly, Miss Tamara K. Anderson, and we're going to talk a little bit about Mother's Day. This is kind of a preview leading up to Mother's Day, and Tamara's been out on special assignment, and she's been doing some cool stuff, and we'd like to share that with the world right now, and again, up and leading to Mother's Day. So Tamara, welcome to the show again.
Thank you. I have missed being with you guys, and I feel bad that I had to take a little leave of absence there, but I was juggling so many things, and I have some fun stuff to show you guys today.
It's exciting.
Something that I've been working on that has finally come to pass.
Okay, let's hear it.
One of the things that I've been working on, and you guys, because you're my friends, I'm going to give you the backstory behind it.
Okay.
So I'm going to take you back to December, and in December I got the COVID.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Nasty.
And one of the nights that I had the COVID, I had a really hard time sleeping, and it was like all night. It was these very, very lucid dreams. But in one of these really lucid dreams, this idea for a story started forming in my brain, and I honestly just consider it a gift from God, because that's really who our inspiration comes from. And I remember waking up the next day and just being really tired because, I hadn't slept well. But that story just kind of kept percolating in my mind. And as I started the year 2021, one of the things that I felt God pushing me to do was to write that story. And so finally I did. I sat down and I started typing. And for anybody who's ever tried to write something before, sometimes you're trying to write and it's like you can't form the words. It takes you, delete, type it again, delete.
That's me.
This was not one of those experiences. I seriously sat down and it just flowed. And so that's when it was like my second witness that this is not coming from Tamara. This is coming from God, because,
Absolutely.
Sometimes it just comes. And so this story that I am launching, it's a little booklet. Let's see. I think I might have to take my background off so I can show you guys really quick, because if not, you guys won't be able to see it. So you get to see my boring white background. But this little booklet right here is called The Mother's Mite. And it is a short little booklet. And it is this story. It is this story of a modern day woman named Sarah. And she is completely overwhelmed, exhausted, worn out. She has little children, a teething baby who's been screaming and crying, sick kids, messy house. Her part-time job that she has is she hasn't been able to catch up on enough of it. And she is just overwhelmed and exhausted, which I think women aren't the only ones that ever feel like that. I know men feel like that as well.
Yeah.
But just that.
Well, we'll talk about that leading up to Father's Day.
There you go. Anyway, so that it's a modern day setting. In fact, the subtitle of the booklet is An Old Parable for Modern Women. And so here she is, she's rocking her baby. It's 2:30 in the morning. The baby's crying, she's crying, and she's been praying to God for some relief, for some help. No answers come. She's exhausted. She feels alone, like no one can help her. And finally, the baby falls asleep, and she's so exhausted, she literally lays her head back in the rocking chair and falls asleep. And at that point, she dreams. And it takes her to long ago Jerusalem, where she sees the old widow give her last 2 mites. And then she hears a man behind her, who is the Savior, saying what he says about the old widow. And all of a sudden, it's like the things he's saying about this old widow apply to her as well. That she has given her all. and that he noticed her. Anyway, it ties the two together, and she comes back, she wakes up. And anyway, there's a great little resolution to the story, but it just is about pointing us to the Savior in our times of need. That in those times when we feel alone, when we feel broken, when we feel exhausted, like no one understands, like no one cares, that he does. He notices the person in the background giving their all, and that he loves them and he cares about them. Anyway, it's a sweet, sweet, simple story. And I'm launching it just in time for Mother's Day. You can give one to your wife, your friends, your sisters, your aunts, cousins, whatever.
And where can they get them? Yeah.
There you go. Where can you get them? On my website right now, TamaraKAnderson.com/mother.
Okay.
And you can read about it there, or you can go directly to my store and purchase. You can buy them one at a time. You can buy a 5-pack, a 10-pack, a 20-pack, just depending upon how many people you have that you'd love to share one with. So that is one of the beautiful things that I have been working on lately. It's just sucked up a little bit more of my time than I had to give. So that is why I had to cut this out for a little bit, was so that I can produce a little bit more content for my amazing friends and listeners. And my goal with this booklet really is to get it to the people who need it most, those who are struggling right now, who need that heart to heart that God really does love them.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Wow, cool.
So that is my update. That is that is what I've been on assignment doing. How's that?
All right. Well, Jay's been on assignment too, but he'll tell us about that later.
What? Jay? I think Jay's as confused as you are.
Anyway, no, Tamara,
Jay, your assignment is to write something for Father's Day.
There you go. And we expect it all edited and published.
Yeah.
You got a little over a month, Jay.
Oh man. All of a sudden you're going to see Jay drop off. Then it'll be just you, Brad.
No. Anyway, well, thank you so much for coming back on, Tamara. We know you've been working hard behind the scenes. That's what we've been telling everybody. So now everybody gets to know exactly what Tamara's been up to. So this is great. And I believe what you're doing here is for a noble cause, a great cause, and it's going to truly help some people out there. So everybody, please pay attention to this. The links for everything we're talking about are in the show notes down below. Be sure and check these things out. And Tamara, keep up the good work. We know you're going to be busy for some time to come, but please come back and visit us when you can. And doggone, let's continue to have a good time and make a difference.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So thank you for tuning in to this special edition of the Morning Kickstart. And anyway, we're going to keep on rolling with our Kickstarts. We appreciate all the feedback we're getting, and we're just going to keep on rocking and rolling. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you soon.